Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host Red and videos today from Sigma Traits.
Being in like those next few years after college because like you try so hard. Like I just got laid off in January and it was a layoff.
What's up with these ginormous ass glasses? Like, are you that blind girl? Like, holy, that's ginormous.
Cut off like half the company because financials weren't right. Like his financials weren't right, so he couldn't hold it anymore. So yeah, and then like I keep applying places, and they either say I'm overqualified or not qualified enough, and like I'm trying so hard, and it doesn't matter. It feels like it doesn't matter. Like it really is just like it doesn't matter what your resume looks like. It doesn't like people try to tell you like, oh, if you do this with your resume, it'll be better. If you try doing this with your resume, it'll be better. 3 times and really, really wanted. I didn't get, and it sucks. A lot of different emotions right now. I feel like embarrassed and like ashamed of myself because like I gave it my all and like they didn't want me, and I know the job market sucks. Okay, like I know the job market sucks and like whatever, but like it really takes a toll on your confidence when you keep applying and you interview and you get rejected in the final round. This has happened to me 4 times in the past month. Interviewing again and again and again and getting rejected, and like I don't want to it to seem like I'm complaining, but like it takes a toll on you after a while and it just sucks.
Giveaway. The interview did not go well. I've never been rejected from a job so fast in an interview. I don't even think she really asked me any questions. She said, tell me a little bit about yourself, and then basically just...
That part right there is what kind of disqualifies a lot of people, in my opinion, is the tell me about yourself, and then these people probably tell on themselves the whole time.
She told me I didn't have enough experience. I don't know why. It's so...
I thought it went great, but then I get an email from the recruiter saying that I'm not going to be moving on to the next round. I was really bummed because I wanted the job, but I was also very confused. So I did something I never do, and I emailed her back and asked for feedback. And she said that while my background was exactly what they were looking for, my experience lined up with what they need for the position, she was concerned that for my interview I hadn't put in enough effort in my appearance given the level of role I was interviewing for.
Makes sense.
I was interviewing for a vice president position, and now my appearance. I had done a blowout for my hair, I had on a nice top, a blazer, some earrings, but I only had on chapstick. I didn't have any makeup. Just not wearing makeup for women make it seem like they aren't putting as much effort or care into their...
And always their job is some flunky job like relations with the dogs in the park. Let's dive into what you all have to say about this. Someone commented, as soon as they start crying on video, they invalidate the entire video as fake.
True.
These women...
That's almost exactly how I feel about it. When I see tears and crying, I'm like, is this even real?
Don't understand. These employers have departments that do nothing but analyze YouTube and TikTok videos in an 8-hour day. I feel really bad for the women who want to do the right thing because they're being scored by their own TikTok counterparts. Another person shared a story. I know a girl that cried grape because she was late home and needed an excuse to keep out of trouble with her parents. The guy was arrested, and it was a couple of months before she fessed up the truth. But in that time, the kid earned a nickname that will stay with him the rest of his life. They were both 15 at the time. She never even received a warning.
Yep.
Women who ruin other people's lives with fake accusations should be charged exactly for those same crimes.
Yeah, the exact same consequence for doing the crime.
And extra for fraud, defamation, and slander.
And if it's even 20%, I can understand the rationale and could not say it was immoral for a person to be like, yeah, I don't want to deal with all that. I literally just don't want to deal with it.
To not hire them.
Yeah, to just not hire them.
Yeah.
To just be like,
I have my own business. I mean, I don't plan on hiring anybody. I like just working for myself, but I could see that if someone was like, oh, I just don't want to hire them, I don't think that that's an issue.
The issue is already there. And you're like, in this factory, right, I can have a guy put the hot dogs on the little pallet and then it goes up, or I can have a woman do it. They do it about as fast, they do about as much work, but I never have to deal with the,
do you think there's a little bit of inherent sexism, though, in that? Like, I think there's like a little bit of an...
If I was a man, and I'm not a man, but if I was a man, I wouldn't hire a woman. I wouldn't do it. And I say it all the time, and I say that, and that is something that women need to consider when they're talking about this stuff. When you are saying that a man complimenting you and saying, I really like your outfit today, is a form of sexism. If you're a man, why hire a woman, right? So you fought all this time to be able to get into the workforce, only to say these are going to be the rules. You know, if you say anything, even if you compliment me, if you look at me, anything.
Maybe we just have to hire uggo women or something, you know, I don't know. Even then, like, false accusations can still get thrown around.
I'm going to have a reason to fight you. And by the way, you're going to want to settle and pay me because even just the stain of an accusation is enough to ruin men. So if you're a guy, right, in this society, in this MeToo environment, in this litigation rich environment of misogyny and sexism and all of these claims, what is the value add? What's the risk? You know, the benefit and the risk. I can't do the analysis and say, I'd just be like, no, I'm just not hiring anyone. Give me all the men.
She's absolutely right. Men aren't stupid. Once women turned basic interactions into lawsuits and harassment claims, men checked out. It's not hate, it's survival. Why risk careers, freedom, or reputations in a rigged game?
Like, men are very good at pattern recognition. This is why men have stopped dealing with women. The patterns you guys have exhibited for the last 20, 30, 40 years. Yeah. Signals to us, run!
Women cry sexism, but they built this toxic minefield themselves.
I don't particularly like to hire women.
Why?
No, you didn't let me finish the sentence.
She's ready.
Calm down. I don't particularly like to hire women that are close enough in age to me that there could be a thing. Look, dude, I'm the boss. I'm dressed nice. I'm taking control of every situation. We have over 200 employees. Like, nah, bro, I don't need it.
This man's crystal clear. He's not risking office chaos or babysitting drama. Running a company with 200-plus employees means zero tolerance for blurred lines. Women bringing complications, games, or distractions don't belong in that space.
I don't know what's happened over the last couple of generations, but men don't help women. They don't offer to hold doors and things of that nature. And part of that, obviously, is because radical feminists, have said, if you hold the door for me, you're implying that I'm weak. So it's not like it's just the fault of men.
Do you ever fear about, like, looking like a Karen, or do you think you ever overreact?
I literally wear a shirt that says Proud Karen to the airport.
Really?
I sell them.
Oh, so you go in there ready to battle.
I let people know, like, you know, like, it's not, the whole concept of, like, is people calling you a Karen is to make you think that what you're doing is not legitimate. Like, you shouldn't be upset about seeing something. So I tell people all the time.
I mean, sometimes people are unlegitimately upset about things. That's why we call them Karens.
I'm the number one Karen at an airport. If I see something, I say something.
Something about being at the airport just gets you fired up. It's just a stressful environment.
Experience, and it obviously has been further burdened by COVID policies and all of that nonsense. So, but yeah, I think we just all have to just do better in terms of how people treat each other out in public.
When men extend kindness or a helping hand, too often it's flipped into something sinister, too much, creepy, or even harassment claims. That's not empowerment, that's toxicity. You can't punish men for decency and then complain they don't step up anymore. The message is clear. Every good deed risks being twisted.
Even
What's the saying? No good deed goes unpunished.
vociferous feminists have found themselves scratching their heads when their sons, they now have grown sons, and they run afoul of many of the policies that they advocated for as feminists. For example, there was a wave of rape allegations on college campuses, and feminists made up a lot of noise about it, and so policies were instituted to make it so that as long as a girl reported to the school administration that she had been assaulted or she had been raped, that would be enough for the school to dismiss the boy or to expel him.
Yes.
And yet, if what he is being accused of is a criminal offense, then surely it's only fair that he's subjected to due process.
Yes.
So treat the allegation as a criminal offense, invite police to investigate and determine whether or not the rape took place, and then either press charges or something. But for the school to just do it themselves to just expel a boy without having gone through the due process of establishing guilt or innocence seemed very unfair. And so one feminist found her son being accused of sexual assault And she was like, but my sweet
and as
boy,
a parent,
my
your
boy,
son,
he showed me the text
You voted these rules in.
messages.
Yes.
This girl has been hounding him. She has been disturbing him, threatening him. She's lying. And everyone's like, but hey, you said believe all women.
and that's why last
we now
time-
believe the victim. You're
Again, the feminism is backfiring on feminists very greatly, especially the ones that have sons that experience this. Brothers.
son is guilty.
Yes,
Sorry.
and it takes you to sometimes just be a parent too.
There should be very strong sentencing for women that make false allegations, who false accuse, because men's lives are being ruined. So I think what should happen is that if you accuse somebody of rape, whatever sentence that rape would hold, you should have to serve. If there is clear-cut proof that you made it up, you should have to serve that sentence. And what I will say is I
agree with that. If there's clear-cut evidence that you are a user, abuser, lying manipulator, yeah, go to jail.
know a girl who falsely accused a guy of rape, and she did it because she wanted to get back with her ex, and she thought it was a good storyline. And it was absolutely disgusting. And I am no longer friends with that girl to this day. And you know what? I was so young then, but I should have had the courage to call the police and have told them that, hey, I do think that she's lying. I can't say for certain that she was lying, but it was a little suspect to me. And I do believe that she did it to get back with her ex.
False allegations don't just stain reputations, they obliterate lives. Careers end, families break, mental health collapses. When someone lies about rape, they weaponize a system meant for real victims. Without punishment, the message is clear. Men are disposable, truth is optional, and justice becomes nothing more than a game.
Yeah.
People,
and a sense of justice is big for us men.
including myself, only became aware of the MeToo movement in 2017 when Rose McGowan, a white wealthy woman who was a famous actress, brought it up. But it was actually started all the way back in 2006 by Tarana Burke, an African-American social activist. Women of color have been speaking up about sexual abuse in low-income workspaces for ages, but they never garnered the same attention as a rich white actress.
Well, isn't this awesome? Due to the hard work and efforts of feminism in the MeToo movement has made men not only be extra careful working with women in the workplace, but it is making men not even want to work with women.
There's been some backlash about Me Too and some anxiety, as you might imagine.
Many male managers and owners are feeling a little bit more tentative when working with and managing their female workers.
It isn't irrational for men to hesitate in today's workplace. One misunderstanding can wreck a career regardless of intent. Male managers aren't always driven by guilt. They're navigating uncertainty and constantly shifting social norms. Wanting clarity, fairness, and firm boundaries isn't weakness, it's survival. In a world where the rules change by the day, caution isn't paranoia, it's smart self-preservation.
Listen to this. A side result, an unintended consequence of the Me Too movement has popped up. Male executives and managers, some are now saying they are afraid to work with and mentor female colleagues in the workplace. So we're trying to find out, is it too hard to see the difference?
Men aren't scared, they're cautious. One twisted comment can end a career overnight. It's not fear of misbehaving, it's fear of being framed.
False accusations, laziness, effort in the job, how much you care about your job. Just women are not in that field of caring and wanting to do a good job anymore. They just want to ride the coattails of men or ride the wave of barely doing anything and getting paid. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.